Hi, and welcome back to Tea with Terry. Today I'm back in New York, and I wanted to continue our talk about how people experience the shamanic journey. So, if you remember in the last episode, I was in the dark. It was a pre-dawn experience. And I tried to feel and sense out into my environment to see what I was able to pick up, what information could come. In this one, I just want to talk a little bit about the different ways that we experience a shamanic journey, adding on to that last discussion. So, when you're in a shamanic journey or in a meditation or a guided visualization, if you aren't seeing things in front of you, I encourage you to stop your focus on that, to really just bring all your senses present and see if you can smell anything in the air. See if you can feel, perhaps there's a breeze coming on you, or you can feel the ground beneath your feet. If you actually, in your imaginative space of the journey or the meditation, reach out and see if you can feel anything around you, that's also a way for you to get information. Perhaps you might hear sounds from the environment, like a bird or water. Perhaps instead of hearing sounds, you actually hear a voice calling your name or some words coming through. Maybe it's a message. Sometimes that comes through in complete sentences. Sometimes it just comes through as words here and there. So pay attention in that way to what you hear in the environment and also what you just might be hearing inside your head. Often when our spirit guides talk to us, they're not actually speaking to us the way a human would. We just kind of hear their words in our head. So pay attention to those messages as well. What you smell, what you feel on your skin, and what you might feel around you if you were to broaden your awareness and maybe even put out your hands. There is actually an entire skill set of clair touch. It's something called, hang on with me one second. I don't know, but it's it's where I'm sure you've seen this in a movie where someone hands you an old antique item and you hold it and you can get a sense of its history. You can really feel into where that item might have been, who might have owned it, and what its history might be. That is one of the ways that you might be able to get information in a journey or a guided visualization. So don't be afraid if you're in a space to just literally feel around you and see what you might be experiencing. Perhaps if the guided visualization says that you're by the ocean, imagine that you're stepping into the water, feel the water, and then see what comes. Sometimes we really need to use our active imagination to get the journey going, to really fully immerse ourselves in the experience. Another way, less common, but it does happen, is taste. Sometimes you might just taste sweet in your mouth, and it's up to you to decide sort of what that evokes in you, what that message is for you. And it will depend on the journey you're doing. If you're doing a journey to discover what is missing from your life and you're sitting in all blackness, you might have a feeling in your heart of happiness and start to taste something sweet in your mouth. That would be a message, a complete message in itself. The journey intention was what is missing. What is missing is a feeling of happiness and the sweetness of life. Maybe that joy that comes from recognizing and feeling the sweetness of life. So there are different ways that we experience journeys, and I love teaching people how to open up to all the different ways, so that even if you have a primary way, there are always secondaries and tertiaries and all these other ways that you can expand your ability to really experience the space. And some people just don't work with the primary senses. Some people really need to explore some of these other ways so that they can get the most out of their messages. So that's it for today. I hope this was helpful, and I can't wait to see you next week.